slow down a little bit because yeah, the transition has happened, but don't try to take it all at one time. So this could be an energy of saying, hey, let's slow it down a little bit for your best interest and let the world catch up, and even let maybe your environment catch up.
Welcome to Cards and Constellations with Bonnie Morris and Don Rumor Rivera from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Here, we blend astrology and tarot to guide you through the twists and turns for the week ahead. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share. Let's dive into your cosmic journey together.
Hello, this is for the week of August 11th through the 17th. Now we're going to have a general overview of the astrology, and then we will go into specifics for each sign. We will also have specific tarot readings on each sign. As always, we do start out with the moon. So expect on the 15th, we're going to see the last quarter in Taurus at 23 degrees, 26 minutes. During the last quarter is when you celebrate the success, celebrate the project completion, and then we turn away and move forward. As we go back, we have to go all the way back and find the new moon in Taurus. When you set your intentions for this project, that occurred on May 19th of 2023 at 28 degrees of Taurus. The first quarter, where you do all that work, occurred on February 16th of 2024 at 27 degrees of Taurus. And then we looked at the full moon, which was May 7th of 2024 at 18 degrees of Taurus. And again, now we're at the last quarter ready to go on. Now, we're going to go over the void, of course. If you recall, last week I reminded you that the void, of course, would begin on August 10th at 11:54 p.m. at 13 degrees of Pisces. It continues all the way through the 11th and into August 12th at 3:33 a.m. when it ends and the moon goes into the sign of Aries. Again, on the 13th, we begin another void at 3:53 p.m. at 21 degrees of Aries. It ends on the 14th at 6:22 a.m. when it enters into Taurus. On August 15th at 10:11 p.m., we go into another void, of course, at 23 degrees of Taurus, and it ends on the 16th at 9:01 when it enters into Gemini. Hey, Sagittarius, we are starting out the week with the same two kites and the mystic rectangle that we had last week. The oppositions are the same. We have the kite leading us to Saturn and Neptune. We have one going to Mercury. And we need to find compromises in all of that in order to lessen that tension. Let's see. On the tail of the one going to Mercury is Pluto. So communication and change. Something needs to change with the communication. That one's pretty easy. And then the other one has the tail of Mars. Mars is about action. Saturn is limitation. Neptune, illusion. So you've got to be careful with that one. You don't want to do the wrong thing there. Now we go to, at times, thoughts without feelings can feel vulnerable. They may come across as forceful or overly intense. Now we have Venus conjunct Jupiter. That gives a certain generosity of spirit. There's a sense of radiating positivity, having meaningful experiences. We are all sighing a big, deep relief because Mercury is finally direct on Monday. I do want to point out there's a 2-week post-shadow before we are truly in the clear. So you should start to feel that fog lift and clarity start to return. Saturn remains in conjunct with Neptune. Saturn has a stabilizing influence, and that helps with sustained progress in career or projects if you stay grounded and focused on the goal. Your voice and message will sharpen. It's a potent time. Yours is being called to align your ambition with meaning. Reflect on whether your actions match your values. It also is a nurturing time to revisit your beliefs or spiritual themes. May bring up clarity and confidence. Your energy will rise past post retrograde, but Mars energy may feel activating or scattered. Emotional rest early in the week will be important. You will align with your purpose and expand with grounded wisdom. Dawn, what do you show in the tarot?
Okay, Sagittarius, this is your tarot reading. Thank you, Miss Bonnie, for that astrology side. Let's see how tarot lines up this week. Tarot for Sagittarius. I'm liking the top card, though. Top card's a Chariot card. That's a move forward card. That's a winning card. That's a victory card. But it also could be a trip. So if you haven't had your summer trip, guess what? This is the time to do it. This is probably the time either you're on the trip or you're planning for the trip. This could be the last of the hurrahs before this fall comes in. I don't know. This could also, of course, a Chariot card is that success card. It is that card that shows that you are rising above and you are moving forward. That you would usually, when that comes out, if you are a moving forward energy, that means you were stuck for a while and now you're unstuck, which is kind of an interesting thing. And it's fascinating too because on the bottom of the deck, which is the energy of your environment, is a stuck energy. It's that hangman. Now you had the same thing. I think the Scorpion had the same hangman, which is fascinating. So that tells you that again, the energy around you, the folks around you, the things that are happening around you, all very stuck energy. And but you are not, because that Chariot says, you know what, I'm pushing through. So you're not letting your energies of your environment get to you. And I think that's great because you need to push on through. And you, of course, Sagittarius, you know, it's interesting because I was telling Bonnie is that I was shuffling the cards before I started this read, and I was thinking, do I have a problem with these cards, or is this your energy? Well, that makes sense though, because these two are diametrically opposed. That Chariot card is so much energy, so much movement, so much willing to burst through, and then the energy of your environment holding you back. It really does cause quite a contradictory situation. And then you have a Nine of Swords here. So your Nine of Swords is like, man, I'm fighting uphill. I'm pushing through. And Lord, it's not easy, but I will keep fighting along. I will keep slicing through. And it's like getting through a deep marsh, and you're having to strike the grass to get it out of the way to get through. You know, and of course your feet are deep in the mud as you pull it up, and you know it's this feeling of trying to be held back, but you're not letting it happen, Sagittarius. And I love this. So you're going to have a fight this week in that sense. You're going to have a struggle this week to push through it. But again, you are the Chariot, so you will get through. But again, make it happen. And again, what I'm talking about for this specifically is not the trip. The trip energy is different. So if the trip energy is yours, own that, and this may not be yours. But if you're not doing the trip energy, then this is your energy for your week. Now, the Priestess is here, the High Priestess. And she is saying, I'm going to give you a little bit along the way to encourage you. I'm going to give you little wins and little victories along the week, so where you still stay motivated to move forward and continue to move forward, even though you're being held back to a degree. And you will get through this. You know, also the Priestess is very clear that, you know, she understands what's behind the wall, behind the veil. She understands the other side. And maybe, Sag, you're wanting to move a little too fast. And maybe that's what the energy is saying, is slow down a little bit. Because yeah, the transition has happened, but don't try to take it all at one time. So this could be an energy of saying, hey, let's slow it down a little bit for your best interest and let the world catch up, and even let maybe your environment catch up. So the more I see this could be kind of a way of just saying, hey, let's take a little bit slower pace so where we can all get along on the same record. And then the last card out is the World card. So again, no matter what, by the end of the week, you're going to have it ironed out. Your pacing is going to be fine. You're going to get it figured out. But you know, Sagittarius, you're going to have it your way because you just won't accept any other way, and we know that. So go ahead, push on through, and the Spirit will say, I'm going to do what I can to slow you down and hold you back until you catch up. And ultimately, you and your spirit energy and the universe will have an understanding by the week's end, and everybody will be happy and harmonious. We all sing Kumbaya. Oh my God. All right, Miss Bonnie, your turn. What in the world is this just messy situation? Kumbaya, my lord,
Oh, geez, here we
kumbaya.
go. This is a lot like Scorpio. This is trying to get moving too quickly. And like you said, they're plowing through the mud of retrograde. Mercury was looking back here and you're looking inside, and now you want to run forward. Well, you just can't do that right away. You have to pace yourself. So pace yourself, Sagittarius. You'll get there. You've got the support. The universe is just saying, hey, slow it down a bit. That's all.
Chill out, right? Just chill out.
Chillax.
Exactly, chillax. The one thing we do not want you chillaxing on is showing us a little love. And Miss Bonnie, how can they show us a little love?
Oh, we have some buttons we want you to push. Down on the lower right-hand corner is a subscribe button. Please hit that button and set that little notification bell to all. Then, if you do that on my channel, Your Love Goddess, go over to Mr. Don on Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Do the same thing there. When you're done, go to Cards and Constellations, because eventually that's the only place you'll find these videos. And hit subscribe, set the bell to all. Then you don't have to worry about when we come live or when we post something. You'll get a little message that says, hey, if you want to look, there it is. And then the creme de la creme, hit the share button, please, because we hear from other people how they may resonate with something that really wasn't for them, but that's okay. Messages are, it's, for the collective. So, yeah, it's geared towards Sagittarius, but if it fits Capricorn, hey, take it, share it out. Maybe your friends and families need to hear this as well.
Additionally, remember that when you see a sign, we always think that we're all one sign. We're either Sagittarius or we're Scorpio, whatever. But there's sun and moon rising signs too. And we are less aware of other people's sun and moon rising signs because we always hear just the main sign. So because you're not aware, you may be able, when you share, you're actually getting the message to the individual because it is one of their cosigns or one of their other signs. And so therefore you help them very much because they needed to hear this information.
Yeah.
With that said, go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, there are time. There's the sun, moon, rising. There is the Venus, the Mercury. I mean, they all have different components. So yeah, you just don't know.
Exactly. And so you never know who's what, even though they are one main sign. That's not their only sign. So again, you can share and help them. With that said, please also communicate with us. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know how this is affecting you. Give us some information. Share some feedback. We would appreciate it. And we do respond to every comment. So thank you so much with that. And we're going to let you go. Have an amazing week. Love, light, and blessings from Miss Bonnie and her family, me and my family, to you and to yours. And again, just push on through. You'll be fine, Sagittarius. You always have been, and you always will be. Bye.